Hi guys, Candia back here with a Simply Candia in the Age Journal. I'm back to start another Craft With Me tutorial session. So this is going to be a few videos long. We're working with this hardback book and we're going to do a what I call a kind of a, I guess, a built-in spine. It's not going to be a hidden spine, but the spine is going to be part of the book. So we're going to work on that, and I have a few materials here for our first craft session chosen, and let's get started and see where we get going with this. So first of all, we're going to start by setting aside these things so they don't get in the way, and I'll show you those in a minute. And we are going to get the spine reinforced. And we're going to use a piece of muslin for that. You can also use a piece of Tyvek for that if you have some, but a piece of muslin will do just fine. So I have this beautiful creamy colored piece of muslin, and I am just going to cut it to overlap on both sides of the spine block, about 1/4 of an inch or so. Okay, so we have that cut now, and as you can see, this side is frayed already, and so is this side. So I'm going to actually trim up this end piece because I don't want it to go much more past the top than just having the little hairs stick out the top. So I need to trim this bottom edge so that it's right at the top, and I want it to be nice and straight. So I'm holding it taut, and once the glue spreads out, it will stretch, so it will be nice. And then I'm going to pull the strands so we can get some fraying at this end as well. And this is pretty easy to do on muslin because the strands pull out nice and easy, and then you get some nice fraying. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, just a little bit, so that we can have some frayed edges on this side as well for the inside of the book. And this is a messy job. As you can see, you'll get strands everywhere, but that's okay. It makes it pretty. And since this is so long and I like how it's turned out like this, I'm going to just trim off these long strands and not bother with fraying it any further. There we go. Now I just need to wipe up our mess. And as you can see, I'm working on a Tim Holtz Tonic Studios glass mat. My dear friend Betty got this for me as a gift, and I appreciate it very much. It fits my desk perfectly, and I love it. This is my first time getting to use it, so I'm super excited that I get to do that. It will protect my wood of my desk, so it can stay nice looking. It's starting to get very worn from using it with getting paint and glue all over it. So it'll be nice to have this protection over it so it can stop getting worn. So I'm just going to pull this little ends sticking out off of the book here. So that we got a nice smooth edge. we go. Just like that. And then we are going to attach this down. And we are going to use Mod Podge to do that. And I don't have any clean brushes, so I'll have to take a brush out of my water and dry it off. And we're just gonna apply, not too liberally, but generously enough that we will have contact with the muslin and the book everywhere. And as you can see, I was sticking some underneath the trim because it was sticking up there. And then we're going to get on the edge here. And I got over a little too far. Let me grab a baby wipe. I'm not going to be covering this edge with paper this time because I like the patina and the age that is on the cover itself. It just looks so beautiful on its own, so I'm not going to cover up that beautifulness. Okay, I think we got enough down here to lay down our muslin. And then we're going to just gently rub it into the Mod Podge and get it stuck down. And we're going to kind of get it in the grooves of the corners of the journal. Just press down gently into the grooves so that it gets in there. And there we go. I'm going to wipe off the excess Mod Podge with my baby wipe. Since I got it a little wider than the muslin, and then we'll leave that to dry, and as that's drying we will work on the front and the back. So what I picked out for this is some architecturals, because as I've announced on my Instagram account and on my Facebook account, I got on the design team or the design crew of Seven Gypsies, or Canvas Corp, which is the umbrella company for Seven Gypsies and Tattered Angels. So I'm super excited to be part of that for 2019. And so I'm going to be using a lot more of their products in my projects this year. And so I happen to have this, and I thought this would look really pretty on here. So it's the Seven Gypsies architectural stickers, short base adhesive stickers, borders, and they are just beautiful. And I thought I would use these two. Now this one I want to use on the front, and I had some brads that came off of, that I took off some shoes that I didn't want on them. I didn't like the way they looked on them. So I thought that would look cute right there, as if it's like a hitch post, and put my ribbon underneath it and glue it down all like that. And then I'll do the same on the back side with this and the ribbon and the brad cut up. So I thought that would be really pretty. Just a little addition. And then I happen to have this nameplate, and I cut a little label to go underneath it. Now, I don't know what to put in the label, so I was hoping to have your guys' input on that and suggestion as to what I should put in the label. I was kind of thinking floral, but also I liked how it says heritage here, so I was also thinking maybe heritage. So what do you guys think? Do you like either one of those, or is there another thing that you think would go great with the cover of this journal that we could use for the direction of this journal? So please cast your vote in the comments of this video, and whichever has the most comments, whichever word has the most comments, is what we will do for this journal. And I hope that you guys participate in that, because I thought that would be fun to have you guys help me make this decision and come up with the name of this journal. So let's go ahead, and I'm not going to attach this down yet, because once we decide on the name, then I will stamp the word and attach this down. But we can attach down these things. And these sticker adhesives, the nice thing about them is they are sticky, but if you want to make sure that they stick down even more, is they recommend that you add additional adhesive to them. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little Fabri-Tac to them, because I don't want it pulling up at all. And I'm keeping the decorations of this journal very simple, because I just love this cover. So I didn't want to add too much more to this journal. So I'm going to place that right there. And I kind of like that you can kind of see through this, below this, through the sticker. It's not interfering with the journal below it too much. Now let's rub off the excess glue that's oozing out. I got some right here, so let's rub that off. I'm not getting it quite all the way, so let's grab my glue eraser and just get it. There we go. Problem solved. Now we're going to take this green seam binding. I thought it looked really beautiful against, it's not the exact same green color, but greens, different colors of greens all go beautifully together. So I thought it looked really pretty against the green that is in this book, this darker green with it. And we're just gonna glue this seam binding right down here. And then we're going to glue this brad top on top of it. There we go. And then we have our closure there for tying up our journal. And then we're going to do the same thing on the back side. So we're going to take the sticker off. Oh, my hands are getting all gluey. Let me rub some off. I love my Fabri-Tac, but I am notorious for getting it all over my fingers. I can't help myself. I play with my fingers and I just get it everywhere on my fingers. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, now put this on here so I'm not getting it on the book this time. And let's add a little glue. This one looks really pretty with it too because it has its own little flowers on it. Okay, so let's get our excess glue rubbed off. I love how Fabri-Tac glue just rubs right off. Okay, I think I got it all. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing again with this and glue it right here, kind of in the center of the sticker. And then we're going to glue the brad on top of it. Okay, and that finishes off our decorations of the front of the journal. I wanted to keep it very simple, as you can see. And when we get finished with the spine, we will be covering it with either a piece of fabric or a piece of lace, something like that. And we did get this coming out a little bit far, so I am going to trim it off a little bit. I like the bottom, but the top is a little bit crooked, so I'm going to straighten it up a little bit. Okay, and then I'll pull the threads out again. Okay, let me trim off the long pieces. Use my sharper scissors. There we go, that looks good. And I think actually I'll trim a little bit off the bottom because it looks like it's sticking out a little far compared to the top now. Sorry if that was a little loud. I got to get used to smat and not toss my stuff down. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got that all ready, and once we get your votes coming in for either floral, heritage, or a different word that you come up with, then we will get that put together on the front, and then we can start in on, once this is completely dry, we'll start in on getting the spine done and the signatures in. And then we can move on to decorating and getting it all completed. I might add some pockets in here. I think that might be cute, of some sort of pocket, but I love the patina of the inside, so I want to keep that. And I like this slight little decoration on the outside to just add a little touch to the beauty of the cover. So that's what we're going to do for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and look forward to seeing you again next time with hopefully the name of the journal all ready to go and typed up and put on the book, and then, or stamped up I should say, and then we'll get started with the inside. And if you want to share this with your friends, if you enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe to me as well. And I hope to see you again next time. Have a great day and talk to you later. Bye.